because they was eating her ass up. I'm talking about grilling her in the comments, man. But it didn't disable them, so we're gonna have a little fun with it. We're gonna go down the comments and see what the funniest one is, because everybody in there was, bro, they was throwing eggs and tomatoes on her bumper.
Version of her in a bald head version of her. And if the appeal and she's able to translate these shorter, impactful, however many subscribers that she has on Instagram, and you know, her popularity that came from the greatness from a Democrat side, and I'm not even saying that he was that great of a president, but his ability to orate, his communication expertise, if that translates into this being successful, then I will eat my words. But I do not think that any of these people truly understand what it means to be a great content creator. As a matter of fact, she had a podcast before, and I think that it was with Spotify, and they gave her a whole bunch of money and they gave her a bag, and it was not successful. And so, you know, I understand that. I was even off on this, and we're going to go through the numbers in a minute. I was off on what I thought the initial.
You know, that is right. I forgot she had a podcast deal with Spotify. So she had already a podcast before, but I don't know if they did a recorded podcast or like a video part of the podcast. I think it was just like a regular podcast, no video to it. But now, like I said, the new wave is these politicians hopping on camera, doing a podcast, speaking long form content, I guess, to appear more personable or relatable. And like I said, you got to give credit to Trump. He really kind of popularized it in a sense where, yeah, politicians had done it before, but Trump literally, I would say that was the extra oomph he needed to garner support from my generation and lower, and put him over the edge when it came to getting online and showing his face and speaking politics and reaching a certain demographic. So now that they've seen the sauce in that, they're taking that blueprint and they're applying it. Gavin Newsom, Michelle Obama has a podcast. Like I said, we'll see more. We're going to see more politicians on the left get podcasts, because, I mean, that's the thing to do nowadays.
Initial numbers was going to be, right? Because I thought the first numbers to get it started was going to pop, and then it was going to taper off and it was going to go into, you know, oblivion or whatever. Similar to LeBron James' wife podcast. You know, that was absolute trash, and it had some initial visibility because people wanted to see what it was about. It didn't do really good numbers, but we thought, or a lot of people, not even me, a lot of people thought, and I was like, yo, kill this is trash. A lot of people thought that it was going to translate from her Instagram or something like that over to YouTube. People don't realize that YouTube don't discriminate. Ooh. It does not care about your little TikToks and your shorts or anything like that. YouTube is its own beast. It's its own animal, long form content. You're going to have to actually be entertaining. You got to be engaging. People don't understand it.
And my man Anton is speaking out on something all YouTubers can relate to, like Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok. Bro, you gotta be funny for 30 seconds, maybe even 15. On YouTube, you gotta low-key be entertaining. You have to have a sense of entertainment enough to where people want to tune in. And not just that, but they want to tune in for the duration of your content. It's not 10 seconds, it's not 15 seconds. We want y'all to watch the full video to get the full idea, full engagement. It's a little tougher on YouTube. And like he said, your TikTok following, your Instagram following, or even, again, like a Snapchat following for that matter, doesn't always translate to YouTube. It's easy to make a 10-second clip, you dancing or saying something funny, but then getting on a live or doing a 30-minute video is a lot harder.
Don't understand the algorithm or whatever, and it could be as saturated as you want it to be. 1 million people can jump on YouTube all at the same time. The cream is going to rise to the top, and the people that are entertaining or know how to communicate effectively, as well as give you some insight, information, and understanding, and it's not just a popularity contest, those are the ones that's going to win. I've seen people, no matter how popular they are, rise and fall. I do not see how this is going to appeal. I know people, black women, we gonna see. We'll see.
Hence the name.
In my opinion, IMO.
Oh my God. Get out of here. Come on, man. Y'all not about to be sitting here playing no games with me, dog. Get the heck out of here, bro.
My sister, Michelle Obama, and we're doing this podcast together, and it's really
Must be.
They look exactly alike, to be honest. I mean, and I don't say that to disrespect Michelle or her brother, but you could tell they're siblings. You could tell they got the same bloodline. Facial structure, cheeks, obviously, even I would say eyes and lips are very similar.
exciting to be working with you on this project.
You know, some people react like, you're doing a podcast with your brother.
Why would you do that?
I know, really. But our dynamic is so, in my view, unique. I think there are plenty of siblings who have great relationships.
Mhm.
But, you know, I think when we think back to where that came from, I think about just the physical closeness that we had. I mean, we weren't wealthy.
Right.
And Dad was working class. We lived in the same apartment our whole lives and had to grow into that. And as a result, you and me, we were physically close growing up.
Remember when we used to share a bedroom?
Of course, that was our life growing up.
Hey guys, remember when we used to share a bedroom like every other black family that was raised in a hood that didn't have privilege, but that was sort of middle class, but maybe had two parents in a household? Hey, remember when we had to share a bedroom? Oh, God.
At least y'all had a bedroom. Like shit. And I'm not even trying to be extreme, but I know people who had to sleep in their car. Yeah, I know friends growing up who parents didn't have it and they were sleeping in cars from time to time, sleeping in hotels, sleeping in basements, sleeping on couches, wherever they could to get by. So you and your brother sharing a room isn't that much of a we came from the mud story. Sorry to tell you, sis.
We shared the same room until you went to high school, right?
That's right.
Well, let's first just recall how small the apartment we lived in. You know, it seemed like it was huge, but it was essentially 2 bedrooms, right?
No, it was 1 bedroom.
Well, that little offshoot bedroom that Mom and Dad stayed in, you would consider that a bedroom.
But that was the only bedroom. The room we were in was actually the living room. And the living room what we called the living room was actually the dining room.
Huh. Okay. All right. So that's how small it was.
That's how small
we had
it was,
to turn it into something else. But the biggest room was always ours.
Yes.
And we were little, like baby littles.
Like 5 and 3.
The twin beds were head to head with like an end table in between.
And we had matching spreads.
Yeah, that Mom made.
Come on, y'all. Hold on. Come on, y'all. I can't wait to bring this back to the front of the congregation tomorrow. When we talk about this on After Hours, we're gonna have the same people that we have yesterday, and we're gonna get into it. And I'm telling you, my prediction is right. If you're telling me that them talking about whether or not they were in the bedroom or all
this mundane, regular ass childhood, I'm trying to figure out what's supposed to stick out here. Like, I thought Michelle had to come from the mud. I thought Michelle lived in O Block. They used to say Michelle Obama grew up in O Block. So I'm trying to figure out where the come from the mud, feel good. Man, I came from the gutter. You know, I had it hard. I had it rough. I made it all the way from the bottoms to the top of politics. My husband was the president of the United States, the freest country in the world. I was looking for that story. But she over here talking about, oh, yeah, we had to share a room and, you know, we shared a room until high school. And I'm just like, bro, who didn't have to do that with their older sibling? Like, that's not necessarily unique to Obama. That's not necessarily unique to a black family. Like, you know, and like I said, I know people who had less, people who were sleeping in hotels, sleeping on couches, sleeping wherever they could as kids with their family.
All of this other type of stuff. If you telling me that this is what's hidden, I know they got another episode with Issa Rae or something like that, but come on, bro. I look at it like this. The interviews are going to have to hit, number one, just from observing this objectively. Removing my bias for conservatives versus liberals and just looking at it purely from a content creation perspective, the interviews are going to have to hit. But when you have to depend on interviews in order to really have great content, that is a problem. It is 100% a problem. Let me see if I can stomach any more of this, and then we gonna draw a conclusion, and then I'm gonna give you what my final thoughts are.
They were
She
these
sewed them.
big, bold stripes, and the twin beds were up against the wall. And she had the concept of creating like these little padding boards.
Yes.
You know, she was so crafty. So she created these foam pads that she hung along the side to make them decorative, but to also provide us with a little cushion against the wall, which was, we thought was so cool.
I remember you had a bed guard because you were so little.
Yeah,
you were
I sort of remember that. Yeah.
You still probably should have been in a crib.
Maybe so. But yeah, I do remember.
You remember that?
You guys would tell me I'd fall out of the bed, start crying, get put back in the bed, and I wouldn't remember anything about it.
You wouldn't remember any of it. And everybody else would be wide awake and you'd be snoring.
I didn't snore. Now you're making stuff.
But then from there, we went to, and I'm trying to remember what age.
And side note, why do girls hate when you, or females, women, why do women hate when you say they snore? Like, that is the funniest thing to me.
Bruh.
You tell a woman they snore and they're like, oh my gosh, no, I don't. That's the last thing I do. Oh my goodness, you're making that up. Like, yes, you snore very loud. Like a wildebeest, I might add. Like a wild wildebeest.
Bruh.
When our grandfather, Southside, built us this partition wall. So then we had our own bedrooms in that same room.
Yeah.
I can't do it, bro. I can't do it, man. I can't. This will probably be the second to the last time that I actually review one of these videos, unless they say something that actually go viral. I don't think that they'll say anything that'll go viral because they're boring and they're safe, and that's not what people want. They want to actually get a real life opinion and not a particular.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. If Michelle Obama was gonna do this and she was gonna do it on camera, because like I said, she already had the podcast on Spotify. I was trying to hear about how she grew up in O Block, maybe how she had to do something illegal to make it by. You know, maybe she had to slime a little dime bag or something like that. Maybe she had to, you know, serve a schoolmate. You know, she had to do something, you know, do something crazy. Like, that's the story we want to hear. And you made it from that to a story of triumph. That's the relatable story. You talking about how you had to share a room with your brother? Like, come on now. Who didn't? That's nothing new.
I can't.
Unoriginal.
I can't. I'm out of it. Y'all let me know what y'all think inside of the comments. If you think it's going to be great, you align.
Speaking of comments, man. Speaking of comments, let's get into the comments that they had for that video. Because, boy, they lit her ass up. And, you know, funny enough, before we read these aloud, I don't know why they didn't turn the comment section off, but I guess at that same time, respect to Michelle Obama's team and social media management for keeping the comments on, because honestly, this is the most viral part of Michelle Obama starting a podcast is these goddamn comments. Let's get into it, because they was cooking her ass. Right? So someone has some serious balls by yo. Someone here has got some serious balls, and by that I mean whoever hasn't disabled the comments yet. Like, so y'all already see, man, this shit is starting off funny right here. Hold on. So if Hillary Clinton had made this podcast, all the commentators would have been missing. Just about, because man, they cooking her ass. I'm telling you, bro, every comment right here is a roast. Nobody commented on the video. Nobody said anything about the topics they was discussing. Every comment is a roast. Let me zoom in so y'all can kind of see it a little bit. All right, y'all should be able to see it. It does take balls to leave the comments open. Man, let me know what and let me know what y'all think is the funniest one. This shit. They was cooking her ass, bro. This shit was so funny. Oh man, remember when this guy drowned his chef in a lover's quarrel? Ooh, they don't want to talk about that. How their chef mysteriously drowned. Yeah, that was swept under the rug. I mean, somebody in the chat will probably tell me a full investigation was done, and you know the Obamas were innocent. There was no culpability, and Nothing was there, but that was a little bit that was weird. You know, for my conspiracy theorists out there, that was weird, right? A chef just came up missing, got drowned. This is a little weird. This should be called drop the mic. With drop the mic is crazy. Nah, that one got it right there. That one got it. That one got it, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Drop the mic. Oh man, yo, the internet is a crazy place. This is hilarious. Not naming the podcast Big Mike is such a missed opportunity. Yo, I told y'all they was cooking her ass. But I swear, shout out to Michelle Obama's social media management for keeping the comments on. Maybe they see the sauce. You know, on the internet, you got to have thick skin anyway. You know, so they kept the comments on. And bro, this right here is hilarious. I paid an IRS fine for 3 years in a row because your husband said I should pay for health care that I couldn't afford or else. Damn, that was personal. All right, so this guy says, click on the video, immediately hit pause, go to the comment section, popcorn and laughs. Facts. I could give a damn what they talking about, man. This comment section's got me entertained. Yo, man. Y'all let me know what the funniest one is, man. Y'all let me know. I work my balls off to get. Yo. Why are they doing her like this? Why? The authenticity of a Meghan Markle interview, the integrity of a Hillary Clinton interview, the honesty of a Barack Obama interview, and the nonsense of a Joe Biden interview. Damn. All that caught up in one. All right, so barely 16,000 views and 90% are just people who wanted to tune in to clown on the first episode. Nah, facts. This is funny. This is too funny. Only if Joan Rivers could be. Nah. Nah, because Joan Rivers famously said that Michelle Obama is a man. She said, didn't you know? Don't y'all know? Michelle Obama, she's a man. You didn't know? Oh my God. R.I.P. R.I.P. That's hilarious. We're gonna read a few more. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm having fun. This shit is hilarious. Truly, this is the first comment section where I laugh till I cry. The American people should have their own comedy show. Instant hit. Nah, facts, man. The internet is a wild place, man. Endless jokes. I've been referred to as a racist. I try to explain to everybody Barry is half white and half black. It isn't possible for me to be a racist because I dislike both his white side and his black. The internet is a great gauge for just how influential someone is. The old guard media is absolutely dead. Very true. That vice script that the Obamas had on the black community and the Democratic Party is slowly but surely loosening. Because I would say 10 years ago, maybe even less than that, the Obamas could do no wrong. I mean, even moderates and some conservatives and Republicans, I mean, you know, some were like, yeah, you know, Obama, okay, whatever. But noticeably, lately, the Obamas just ain't got it like that. That allure that they once had, like I said, that vice script that they once had, it just ain't there like that. All right. I came here to see this train wreck because after Benny Johnson said this is actually a thing, this comment section is why I'm here. Facts. Let's see here. Oh, good look. Who needs Disney Plus when you can get this comment section for free? Oh man, I ain't gonna lie. I can sit here and read this shit all night. This is hilarious. Came for the comments, didn't watch the video. I love the comments. So refreshing to know all these same people are still alive and well. It is refreshing to see that. Like I said, years ago, the Obamas could do no wrong. So this right here, people actually starting to wake up for what it is. See some of our favorite politicians for who they are is pretty refreshing. Excuse me. Let's see. Joan Rivers was right. RP Joan Rivers. Your husband's genius healthcare plan cut me from 48 to 29 hours a week and it damn near lost my home. You have a lot of balls, lady. And literally. Nah, y'all see here. This shit is too funny, man. I can read these all night. But let's transition back over here into that Trump video with the NATO secretary that was just about to get good. They're about to discuss some important things. So let's circle back to this one, guys. Like the video if you haven't already, though. That was